Welcome back, Titan Tigers. Week 4 of our top 10, preparing for college football season 2025, which we are looking forward to. Quarterbacks, running backs, receivers. So let's switch it up a little bit. Let's go head coaches. Who are the best head coaches in the league? Why? And tell me, is it because of past? Is it what are you doing for me right now? I'd be interested to see your picks. So I'll go with mine first. Number 10, Hugh Freeze.
Okay.
2 losing seasons at Auburn. This to me is based off of what he's done in the past, what he did at Liberty. I don't think he has his players yet at Auburn. He does now. This is a big year for Hugh Freeze.
Mm-hmm.
I got him at number 10. Number 9, Shane Beamer.
Okay.
Beamer has really turned South Carolina around to what Spurrier had it over there. A great season last year. Going to be a great team this year. He is rising. He's a riser in my mind.
Yeah.
Obviously, the son of the great Frank Beamer. So Shane's at number 9. Number 8, Eli Drinkwitz. He has had 2 10-win seasons in a row for Missouri. I don't know how good they'll be this year, but he has proven that he belongs in the SEC and has had some really good teams. He is at a year of really saying, hey, do I really belong, or was this all because of maybe the SEC East was down the last couple of years?
Well, I mean, he had Drew Lock during some of that, didn't he?
No Drew Lock. He had the cook.
He was the one after Lock.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Mark Stoops, number 7. Okay. Mark Stoops is now the longest tenured coach in the SEC. But he did have a losing season last year. I think he finished like 13th or 14th out of 16 teams. So Mark Stoops, to me, has proven that he has turned Kentucky around.
Yeah.
Fell off this year. I'll be interested to see. He can maybe drop out of this top 10 if he doesn't do well this year. I don't think he'll be looking for a job. But, yeah, it's crazy to think. Kentucky has the longest tenured coach in the SEC.
That is crazy to think. Well, you think about it. It would have been Saban, obviously. But once he quit, somebody's got to replace him. That takes him out of that list.
Number 6, Lane Kiffin. You would probably say, Brett, why is Lane not higher on your list? Lane has still not to yet win the big one. He's never been in the SEC championship game. Every time he plays freaking Alabama, they don't beat him. If they do, they go around and turn to lose to Florida, who's not even a good team. Lane has not proven that he can put the boot on the throat and win the big one and make the SEC championship game. I mean, he had a top 10 quarterback or first-round quarterback last year and a lot of talent. I thought last year was the year. Lane's got a lot to prove to me this year. I guess why I got him at 6. Number 5, Josh Heupel. Not only because he sent Nico off, but they made the playoff last year. He has proven he's beaten Alabama multiple times. He's beaten Florida. Heupel, his trajectory is going up, but this year is going to be a big year. He has thrown his quarterback to the Wolves.
This might see if he's a great coach or just a stubborn one.
Exactly. We'll see. And again, a part of me thinks, I know NIL is everything, but you got to keep your quarterback happy.
I agree you did the right thing.
And to me, I always have looked at some of these relationships with quarterbacks and coaches, like Tebow and Meyer. I don't think there ever would have been an issue. If Nico's that good of a player for you, walking out with Morgan Wallen and all this stuff, like he representing Tennessee, there ain't nothing but Tennessee. I think is what it says on there. Like you and him have to be like this. You are meeting twice a week. He's having dinner with your family. That's just my opinion of what a quarterback and a veteran quarterback who's a multi-year starter. That was troubling to me. So I got Heupel there because of what he's done, making the playoff. DeBoer at number 4. I have DeBoer at number 4 because of what he's done at Washington. He's a winner everywhere he's gone. I think he had a team last year that really didn't fit his mold. I'm expecting Alabama to have a good year. I know we haven't had a top 10 quarterback. I know they haven't had a top 10 running back. I think they'll have a really good team, a really good defense, and DeBoer will really start opening up of what he wants to do with the football and how it goes. This is his team this year. This isn't Saban's team or Milroe's team. This is his team. 3, Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly has won everywhere he's gone. Notre Dame, Cincinnati, LSU, he's always won. Mm-hmm. He just loses some random games that he shouldn't lose. Mm-hmm. He beats Alabama a couple of years ago, takes Notre Dame to a national championship. I think he is a great coach. But again, he's got Nussmeier. This has got to be a big year for him. I'm interested to see who steps up at wide receiver. But to me, Brian Kelly needs to be looking at the SEC championship game this year and the playoff. He's got to be his goals this year. 2 is Sark. Sark's been to back-to-back playoffs, SEC championship game. Was a couple plays away from going to the national championship game. He's got Arch. He's got everything rolling out there. They always say that he's probably got one of the most talented teams. I think it'll be again this year. I got him at number 2. Number 1, Kirby Smart. Obviously, multiple national championships. Georgia's been in the hunt every single year. to me, this is going to be his biggest test in a long time. I think he's always been more talented than everybody. This year he's not. I don't think he has a big-time receiver. I don't think he has a big-time quarterback. We'll see really what Kirby's got this year. But you've got to rank him at number 1 at this point of what he's done. So
okay. On number 10, I'm going to go Shane Beamer. Like you had him at 9, I have him at 10. Same reasons. He's a legacy. I think he's got a great head on his shoulders for coaching. He's just not at the team for it. But
this
we'll
year
he is with Lenore Sellers, but I still don't think he's got the team that he needs to be. So let's keep him at 10 for me. Number 9, Mark Stoops. Moved him down a lot further than you, but that's also because I don't think he's going to have anything around him this year.
Okay.
I think what was the quarterback he had 2 years ago that went to the Titans or whatever? Levis, yeah. I think that he just didn't know really how to use him as well either. He was putting him in a lot of situations that got him hurt or injured and banged up. So I keep him down there. 8, Eli Drinkowitz, Mizzou. He's proven himself, like you said, throughout the past few years. I thought he was there longer. I didn't know he was only been there for two years now.
He was at App State with Zach, I think, or it was maybe the next coach.
I probably should move him up higher then because he did great when he was at App State during those years. Was he the OC or the head coach?
He was a head coach. He came in, and I want to say it was after Zach or maybe during Zach, but he did really good and left really quick. So.
Okay. Then let's go to number 7. I've got Josh Heupel. I've got him there. I think they're going to struggle this year without the quarterback uncertainty and all that. Like, who is their quarterback now, I think?
I don't even know.
So, yeah. So, with that uncertainty stuff, I think he's going to still be a decent coach and have a decent team throughout the year, but I think that's going to improve.
If Nico is still there, do you still have him at number 7 on your list?
Probably move him to 5.
Okay.
I don't think he's in the top 3, but yes, I think he knows how to use that quarterback.
Okay.
So, he would have had a great game plan.
Okay. You're only as good as your team are.
Yes. Well, or how you make them, yes. I guess, because he can put them in the right positions. But that's where we'll discuss that on one of my guys up top. Kalen DeBoer, number 6, Bama. I moved him down a little bit further because I had to have him below Auburn.
Okay.
That's my main reason. But other than that, like you said, he is a proven winner at Washington. He's a great coach. They wouldn't have given him the Alabama job if he wasn't.
Yeah.
I just think, like you said, he didn't have the team he wanted or expected to have. I think he thought he'd be able to just come in and do what any coach could do with Bama, and that's not the case. You still have to build that camaraderie. You still have to build trust in all those players and figure out which ones used best where.
It reminded me a little bit of Gus when he had Jeremy Johnson. It was like he doesn't fit the Nick Marshall, Cam Newton.
But you're still trying to make it.
Yeah.
You're still like, well, I'm going to make him do this until he learns it.
Yeah.
No, sometimes you got to just bend with the mold.
Yeah.
Next on the list, Brian Kelly, LSU. He'd probably be higher on the list, like you said, if he could just win bigger games.
Yeah.
He'll win a great game, and then 1 or 2 weeks later, he can't even beat the homecoming game almost.
Yeah.
But again, LSU's always a defensive game. So it could just be he plays to the competitiveness of his opponent.
He does seem a little awkward with recruits, too. He's always kind of been one of the just kind of, I don't see how he can recruit against some of these other guys. He just, I don't know.
Right.
You know, Brett Powell loved his accent that one year when he came to the LSU.
Hugh Freeze, number 4, Auburn. I have him way higher because I think you're going to see he's been putting this is a 3-year plan.
A 4-year plan.
I got her. What's that? It's a 5-year plan.
What, did I die?
So he's been putting this together. I think it's going to come to fruition, and you're going to see Auburn make it for a run in the SEC championship this year because we've got all the weapons, and I think he's one of the best recruiters in the SEC. Now, if he's not on the top of the coaches, he's at least in my top 3 of recruiters.
Okay,
I would say that. Number 3, Lane Kiffin. He's higher on my list because of his successes and interest.
Okay.
So even when he hasn't won the big one, like you're saying, everywhere he's gone, he's built a bigger interest somewhere else that's got him to come there.
Gotcha.
So I feel like there's something there that we're not seeing play out, and if he gets the right players, like he had the quarterback, but he didn't have a running back, he didn't have the receiver.
Yeah.
Maybe he gets a couple of those and a quarterback again, and we see that he can win that big game. Also, because he learned under Saban.
Yeah.
That's why all 3 of these at my top.
Okay.
They've all learned under the best.
Okay.
Number 2, Sarkisian, Texas. I think he just had to play the political side of it last year. He had to let what's his name
Quinn
Ewers start. Now he gets to play with Arch, right? Like that's what he's gonna allow to start Arch. Is that
I
not
was
the
saying,
case?
this to me is like the Tebow with Chris Leak. Like Meyer had to play Chris Leak. He was the 4-year starter. Now he finally gets his guy. So you think this is when Texas takes the next jump right here with Arch?
I believe so, but it's also going to come down to their defense.
Yeah.
And he's a great defensive-minded coach.
Yeah.
So that's where I said that. But then my number one, just like you, Kirby Smart, one of the best player coaches. Maybe not the best recruiter. He gets a lot of great recruits, but I just don't see how. He's so goofy.
Sark's the offensive guy. Kirby's the defensive guy.
I think Sark's still good on defense. He makes
What?
good decisions when he's head coach.
Well, like I said, and maybe that's something that most people don't really understand. Is I always wonder about that with like Sark and Spurrier and some of these guys. Like, how much influence do they have on the defense?
As much as they want.
Yeah,
You're a head coach.
that's what I'm saying.
Now,
Yeah.
Spurrier, I remember you saw him on the sidelines. He was involved.
Yeah.
So regardless on defense, if he was making the calls, he was involved with it. Saban, he taught DBs,
Yeah.
so you know he's involved.
Yeah.
So, but he was also a defensive-minded coach.
But how much did Saban give up to the offensive coordinator and not kind of come and say, hey,
we saw, what was it that one year that he just took over?
Yeah.
So I don't remember who that was though.
I mean, they had Kiffin and Sark at one point. So both these
I
guys.
think it was when him and Sark were together. I think he got mad one game and just started.
Well, I know he got mad at Kiffin, but again, you just wonder. You're the head guy. This is what they specialize in. Defense is one thing. That's your specialty.
Yeah.
It's going to go the way you want it to go. But something that you're not specializing in, like Sark, how much? It sounds like you think he's very involved with the defense.
I think he's, at least from me paying attention to Texas's defense, I assume that comes from somewhat of him too,
Yeah.
not just
Kiffin's an
DC.
offensive guy too. How much is he involved in Ole Miss's defense?
Yeah.
So
But then with Kirby Smart being the defensive-minded guy he is, I think he's a player's coach, and he always has a defense that's willing to die for him.
Yeah.
He might not have what you said, the quarterback anymore this year, or what the offense needs for Georgia, but he's going to have a defense that's still going to win him a championship.
Well, and I'll tell you this right here. If you watch Kirby play back in the day, that's how he played.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything was the last play, going all out, and that kind of how his team. You take the mold of your head coach, and I think that's what Kirby is very genuine. I think he's going to tell you how he feels. Mm-hmm. He's not going to sugarcoat anything, and that to me I think is what players respond to is that he's run through a brick wall type coach. So.
Yeah, he's that player's coach. He's definitely going to get the players on his side, and a few of these coaches on here I don't know. I've never seen them outside of their small interviews they give, so I don't know their personality with their players, but the ones you do see on a regular basis, Kelly, Freeze, Smart, it's an obvious thing.
Yeah.
The players love them.
Yeah. All right, well, there's our top 10. I think we'll do maybe tight ends, maybe a defensive side of the ball next week. We're going to keep it...
tight end from Chargers just got injured. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Mm.
Yeah, so we'll figure out something next week. Maybe a defensive side of the ball. I'll give Chance and myself a little bit more time to prep. I know some of these positions are going to be a little bit harder to find the best 10, especially with so much turnover. But
Achilles.
Dang. Donald Parman Jr.
Yeah,
Tore
Parman Jr.
There's the Achilles again.
So they're going to have a rookie come in, I think, for them, step it up. Or what's his name? Brock Bowers. Was he not Georgia?
No, it's Raiders.
Oh, Raiders. Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
All right, so there's our top 10. We'll get to our head-to-head for the Super Regionals and the Finals. Tide and Tigers.